next what we're going to do is use the inverse trig functions to find the missing angle measures in each right triangle. So what you have to do before you start is you really have to observe what angle you have, or what angle you're looking for. In this case we're looking for x, and then what sides you have in relationship to that angle. So if I'm talking about angle x, well 4 is the opposite side and 5 is the adjacent side. And you're going to want to keep that in mind. I have the opposite side and the adjacent side here. The only trig function that we have that is opposite and adjacent, in this case it's opposite over adjacent, will be the tangent function. So this tells me that I'm going to have to use the inverse tangent in order to find angle x, because I only have the opposite and adjacent side. So to set up an equation, first we start with the normal trig function. The tangent of angle x equals opposite side, which is 4, over adjacent side, which is 5. Okay, then you can go ahead and simplify. 4 divided by 5, you all should know this, 0.8. So then the tangent of angle x still equals 0.8. We haven't quite used the inverse yet. Now, at this point, you're ready to use the inverse. So what you do is you flip the decimal with the angle, and you change it to the inverse. So the inverse tangent of 0.8, because that's the ratio of the side lengths, will equal angle x. So now you need to use your calculator, and 0.8 with the inverse tangent, you get 38.6598. 38.66. This equals 38.66 degrees. So that's what angle x is right here. Remember, inverse tangent finds angle measurements. For example B, look at what angle you are looking for. You're looking for angle x. In relationship to angle x, I see that I have a hypotenuse here, and I also see that I have the adjacent side here. So I am looking for a trig function that has adjacent over hypotenuse. If you remember, the cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So I can now set up an equation to solve for angle x. So the cosine of x is the adjacent side, which is 8, over the hypotenuse, which is 18. Change that to a decimal. 8 divided by 18, 0.44. So the cosine of angle x equals 0.44, repeating. And now if I flip it and switch it to its inverse, flip the decimal and the angle, the inverse cosine of 0.44 equals angle x. So 0.444 for inverse cosine 63.62. So x equals 63.62 degrees. Okay, hopefully you pay attention to your inverse functions, and then just really observe what sides you have in relationship to the angle. What you can do is, with your partner, do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Push pause. When you are all done, push play, and you can check your answers. So you should have got the following for your answers. It just so happened that 3 out of the 4 problems here, or actually 4 out of 4 problems, you had to use the tangent inverse function. That is not normally how it works. You'll definitely have your fair share of sine, cosine, and tangent. It just happened to be that the examples were this way before I could catch it. So your homework right now is to do the worksheet that is attached in the notes page. And it will be due tomorrow. You will check your answers.